Howdy everybody. So I got here an awesome smoothie, 6 bananas, 12 Deglanord dates, about 2 cups of coconut water. This is the beast. This is the best smoothie ever. Definitely give this one a try. So I'm not here to talk to you guys about smoothies today, but I wanted to share my experience of my first duathlon. I completed my first duathlon yesterday, which was October 18th, 2014, and it was at the Racine Multisports Hagerstown Duathlon, and had an awesome time. It was my first ever official cycling and running event, or whatever you want to call it. I've done one before, which was more of a fundraising thing, but it wasn't as official and serious as this one was. Had an awesome time, and just being there with other cyclists and runners, people who do this way more often than I do. It's a great experience to get some perspective on how you rank in terms of other riders and what you need to improve on. And I know for myself, I have so much more training to do, to get to the level that I want to be, physically, athletically, everything. So in general, had an awesome time. It was very, very interesting to have a mix of running and cycling together. I never had experienced the two back to back like that before. So basically what this duathlon was a 1.9 mile run. Then you transition to the bike, and then you go for a 10-mile bike ride. You transition back to your running gear and you go out for a 5K or a 3.1 run. And experiencing all that put together was an interesting experience. I've gone for 5K runs before, I've gone for 10-mile bike rides and way longer before, but having that back-to-back was a different feeling, definitely really sore. So how did this vegan Bananiac do on his first duathlon? Well, I have the results up right now. So there was 114 total in this event, and out of all of them, overall, I got 37th place, which I guess isn't too bad, huh? For my age division, which was between 20 and 24, I got second place, but there's only 2 of us, so I can't really brag about anything there. Gender, out of all the males, I got 29 out of 69. And my splits, the first 1.9 mile run, I got 12 minutes 32 seconds, and I ran a 6:36 mile pace. For the 10-mile bike ride, I got 33 minutes 49 seconds at 17.7 miles per hour. And the second 5K run, I ran 25:59 at a 8:23 mile pace. And here are the 2 medals that I got. I got one for finishing and then one for placing in my age division. But I was really just doing it for the experience, to be honest, and I'm satisfied with my times. I know they're probably not the best in Ironman worth of times or anything like that, but for me, I thought they were great. This is something I hopped into very spontaneous. I was sitting in my nutrition class talking with one of my classmates. She does a lot of triathlons, and I was like, man, I really want to do a triathlon, but I don't know how to get into it. And she's like, well, there's a duathlon this weekend, right? I'm like, okay, I'm signed up for that, definitely. So I signed up for it without having much running experience. I've had about a year or so of cycling, so I felt pretty confident on the bike, but running, maybe have 1 or 2 runs in the range of 2 weeks, not very often at all. So I just hopped right into it, and it's amazing. It's amazing what this lifestyle could do, because I eat healthy every day. I get enough sleep. I drink enough water. Put all that together, I was a little prepared, but not as prepared as I should have been. But because of this lifestyle, I was able to compete. So it was great. I was a bit tired on my runs, but I wanted to make sure I kept a consistent pace. I didn't want to go out and just give it my all and then fall behind because of that. I wanted to keep a consistent pace that I could maintain through the whole running event. So when we first started off for the first 1.9 mile run, some guys just bolted out. I kept a consistent pace, got into the transition area, which transitioning I thought was very interesting. And I felt actually really, really good when I was about to hop on my bike. I passed a few people, which was nice, a good mentality boost there. But I was getting passed by so many triathletes, and I could tell because they would have the aero bars on there and just pass me at pretty high speeds. And I wasn't too upset of that because these are triathletes. They are used to the transition between running and also swimming and cycling. I was like, whatever, these guys probably do it way more often than I do. And I got passed by 2 or 3 actual road cyclists. So I was doing very, very well on the bike, and I was feeling really, really confident, and my body was relaxing and still keeping consistent pace of 17.7 miles per hour. Then I transitioned to the 5K. That's pretty much where most of the people passed me. I didn't stop at all throughout the whole event. Again, I kept a consistent pace, just concentrated on my breath. I made sure I breathed through my mouth and breathed through my diaphragm, so my stomach would go out and in, rather than going like this, because you get so much more oxygen when you breathe through your diaphragm, and it's much more efficient when you do that. So I just concentrated on my breathing, I concentrated on my steps and my pace, and just took it one step at a time. I was a little nervous because it was my first duathlon, but I didn't really have a mindset of going in there and getting first, second place or whatever. I had the mindset of just doing this, having fun. The only competition that was on my mind was against myself, just being out there and doing what I love and just giving it my all. I even got my dad to participate in this event, which was really, really awesome, seeing him out there and participating in something that he wasn't really used to. He hadn't done competitions for 30 or so years back when he was a professional cyclist, and he never runs at all. Just seeing him out there and just giving an effort, that was his competition. So always try to do a little bit better than yesterday and have some sustainable goals for tomorrow. That's all you really need. Medals don't mean anything. The competition is against you. All you have to strive for is better. And for some reason you're thinking to yourself, oh, I'm too old to go into duathlon or to go into this event and to compete. Most of the people that passed me were in their 30s, 40s, 50s, some of them were in their 60s. And the reason I could tell is because they had marked the back of people's calf muscles. So every time someone would pass me by, I would look at their age number, and it was people that were way older than me. Not many people in their 20s had passed me. So it was mostly people that were way, way older. So age doesn't really mean much in terms of cardio events. It's experience and training consistently, building up that cardio. Another aspect is diet, a healthy diet. Ideally, a whole food, plant-based diet. I mean, I can't say this enough. I can't believe how much I've improved in the past year of training consistently with the combination of a whole food, plant-based diet. There's no way I would be able to do this back in my high school years. Back in my high school years, I played 2 sports. I played soccer, but I also did track and field. So I ran long distances. I did a couple of sprint events, but I would always come in last. I was horrible, and my diet was horrible as well. It reflected my results on the field, on the track. I was eating lots of animal-based foods, lots of high-fat foods, and lots of processed food. And now I'm older. I'm not in those sacred teenage years that people say if you're not athletic during these years, you're most likely not going to be athletic the rest of your life. That's not true. I've been cycling consistently for just the past year, just 1 year, and I'm at the peak of my cardiovascular endurance level, or whatever you want to call it. So diet definitely works. You eat high carbohydrate foods. Those are the foods that you are designed to eat. And those are the foods that athletes, at least who are successful, are eating. And I'm not talking about bodybuilding athletes. I'm talking about cardiovascular endurance athletes. So triathletes, swimmers, runners, cyclists, heck, even soccer players. People who do a lot of endurance sports eat high carbohydrate diets. So my tips to anyone who is thinking about going into their first duathlon, triathlon, 5K race, marathon, whatever, cycling event, eat a healthy diet, train consistently, drink enough water, get enough sleep, just live a healthy lifestyle and do it day in, day out, and you'll be fine. And just remember, the only competition is against yourself, so don't worry about how other people are going to do. Worry about how you are going to do. Focus on small little things such as your breath, your pace, and don't think too far ahead. Just take it one step at a time. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope this video inspired you guys to do your first duathlon or sign up for your first cardio event or get into a cardio sport or something. Just get out there and have fun. So give this video a like if you liked it. Subscribe down below for more vegan videos and lifestyle tips. And I'll see you guys out there on the road. Alright, peace out.